Coming up on Fulton Today, county leaders and mayors meet to discuss moving Fulton forward. We'll have a complete report. Also, the district attorney's office brings hope and holiday cheer to the community it serves. And the county helps a longtime public servant make the transition into retired life. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. As many Fulton County residents are preparing to wrap up their 2017, Fulton leaders from the county and from the cities within are already talking about how to move Fulton forward in 2018. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more on the final mayor's meeting of the year.
Shania, both sides hope the findings of a recent regional transit study means the start of better traffic conditions in Fulton County in 2018. Inside the Government Center, Fulton commissioners and county leaders invited the mayors of the county's cities to view a refined presentation of the county's transit master plan. After 8 months of planning that included 26 public meetings, 12 special population meetings, 5 community events, and 2 rounds of over 1,800 online survey participants, 5 options were offered.
I think they had a very thoughtful discussion about matching the proper funding level to the transit scenario that would best meet the needs of Fulton County residents and business folks. So we're excited with the level of input that we received from the mayors and the commissioners and looking forward to taking those scenarios out for public input.
Of the 5 options, only one contains each of the 5 modes of transit. The remaining 4 options include either a 1/4 of a cent or half a cent transit sales tax with limited transit options all over a 40-year period.
We're going to get it out on the web. We're going to do a video presentation so that folks can understand, because there's 5 different options on the table. It can be confusing. So we're going to lay it out as clearly as possible, what each option would cost, how long it would take, and where it would go, and what type of transportation we're proposing, and see what the public's appetite is for any sort of future expansion.
We're just so pleased that we were able to come together now with the mayors of our cities and with all the people of the unincorporated area as well to look at some of the strategies that we've got to move forward with in dealing with the critical area of transportation. We look forward to our next meeting when we would have had an opportunity really to do more public involvement so that the people know where we're going and why we are going there, because one thing we know in Fulton County, it begins at the bottom up and not the top down.
Though each mayor had different opinions on what was presented, they all agree that each option needs to be presented to the public.
Looking at it realistically based on where the need, the projected ridership, and the projected growth are in the future is really one of the things that we felt was missing from earlier plans that I'm excited about with this one.
South Fulton has been one of the most neglected or underserved areas for a number of years, but we are the area where most of the future development of opportunity is going to be. We're dealing with a lot of businesses who are already in the area, but also knocking on the door to come in. And one of the conversations that we're having is, where's public transit? How much do you have? When will you have it? So this is timely.
Once the information is presented to the public, Fulton County and the mayors will reconvene at the end of January to discuss what the public had to say. There will be 4 public meetings in January. Though no dates have been set as of yet, 2 will take place in North Fulton and 2 in South Fulton. As soon as those dates are announced, FGTV will be sure to pass along that information. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you very much, Brian. Also, for the final time this year, Fulton leaders are meeting with county employees on their transition to the new city of South Fulton. This is the 10th meeting between the leaders and staff since November of 2016, when voters overwhelmingly approved their new city. Since then, the county has been working to seamlessly transfer the services that once served the former unincorporated area.
Mostly what we wanted to say was a thank you for all of the efforts on the basis of our leadership as well as our employees to maintain service. In fact, we're back up to about 2016 service levels in terms of staffing now, which is really great news.
Planning and Community Development, Code Enforcement, and the Business License Division moved over to the new city already. Fire and police will begin their employment in February and March, respectively. Once again, those moving on had plenty of questions. The transition meetings are scheduled to resume when the new year begins. Fulton County adds more public safety and law enforcement officials to the ranks. Family and friends gathered inside the Public Safety Training Center to watch their loved ones graduate basic law enforcement class. Held 4 times a year, the graduation for basic law enforcement caps an 11-week, 400-hour training regimen. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office and the Fulton County Police Department, as well as other regional agencies, all benefit from the training the graduates received. It was a rewarding experience for the new officers despite the challenges the training presents.
Well, it was a struggle at the beginning, but we made it through. We made it to the top. It was 11 weeks, a whole 11 weeks, and we started out with 22 people, and we ended up with 14.
My experience, it was a great experience. It was another new challenge for myself going through the police academy. It was a long experience for me because I already been through one academy. You know, it's a different aspect of training for me, so it was great at the end, though. I would definitely do it.
Though the graduation marked the start of a new career for many, it also marked the last time the retiring police chief, Gary Stiles, gave a commencement address to the troops. During the speech, Chief told the new law enforcement officials they have a lot to offer and praised them for having the desire to help their communities. So yes, Chief Gary Stiles is saying goodbye after 30 years of service to Fulton County government. And before setting off into the sunset, as he says, he gave his family and colleagues a chance to end that stellar career in a great way. FGTV's Felicia Church has the story.
When Gary Stiles joined the Fulton County Police Department in December of 1985, he was a young cop whose goal of becoming a chief was set low.
That wasn't my goal. My goal was to be a beat cop.
While working his way to the police department's top post, Gary Stiles' accomplishments grew tremendously. Highlights include creating the Special Operations Division to address street crime, creating the county's first crime analyst position, purchasing and issuing an integrated body and in-car camera system, and he co-founded and chaired the board of the Badge of Honor Memorial Foundation, supporting the families of officers who gave their lives in the line of duty.
The real honor and privilege is mine.
Prior to his official December 12th retirement, a retirement reception was held in his honor. Family members, former and current colleagues, and county officials were all in attendance, ready to help usher the dedicated public servant into retirement life.
It's a lovely thing, but it's a bittersweet moment. Chief Stiles is actually a great guy, and it's going to be sad to see him go.
I think Chief Stiles' retirement is monumental for the county. Chief Stiles was one of my first FTOs when I started with the county 26 years ago. He's been a great leader, he's been a great teacher, and we're going to truly miss him.
We're devastated. He can't really be replaced. Out of his presence, we called him the Gary. He didn't know that, but he earned that name. And so he's an icon. And it's not going to be the same. Police work in the United States is not going to be the same. I'm at a loss for words and choking up a little bit, Daryl.
So what do you think? I feel the same way that he does.
And when the commissioners proclaimed Gary Stiles' Day in Fulton County during the December regular meeting, he made sure everyone knew the department would not skip a beat after he left.
You're in good hands. They are phenomenal folks, and I know they're chomping at the bit for me to get out of the way. But I just want to thank God for the almost 37 years I've been doing this, but certainly for the 32 that I've been blessed with being here.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you very much, Felicia, and we will miss you, Chief Stiles. Meanwhile, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office is embracing the holiday spirit. DA Paul L. Howard Jr. and his Zone 4 Community Prosecution Office team held its first ever Tis the Season community event at the Faith AME Zion Church.
What we're trying to do is to work directly with the citizens in this community to make this a safer place to live. it's hard to work with people if you don't get a chance to meet them directly. And this is another event that we have planned to get a chance to meet with the families and the residents of this Zone 4 community.
Guests were entertained by the sounds of the Faith AME Zion Church music ministry. And for dessert, they all got to eat cookies with Santa and Mrs. Claus, as well as take pictures with them.
To unite with the church to partner and host this type of event changes the negative stipulations on what it is to serve the community, to do right by people. Like I said, to give the proper balance, if you will, to what justice looks like. Justice is objective, it is fair, it engages people where they are, but has the capacity to bring them up.
This is the first ever 'Tis the Season holiday event for the Zone 4 Community Prosecution Office that opened just this past fall. Community prosecutors are strategically placed in satellite offices across Fulton County with the hope of working directly with citizens to reduce crime in their neighborhoods. And still to come on Fulton Today, citizens voiced their concerns about the proposed 2018 budget. We'll hear from them in our district-by-district coverage next. More Fulton residents get to see the 2018 proposed budget for themselves on both ends of the county, and Fulton's new commissioners are formally sworn in. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. We begin with Chairman Rob Pitts, who is now officially on the job. The District 7 at-large commissioner was sworn into service in his new office with his family at his side. The chairman says with the budget and major transit conversations underway, he had to get to work immediately.
It is a new challenge and a new opportunity for me. For that, I'm deeply grateful and excited about what I think I can accomplish in this new role.
This is Chairman Rob Pitts' second time serving in an at-large position on the Fulton County Board of Commissioners, but his first time as the chairman of the board. Prior to his service to Fulton County, he was a longtime council president for the city of Atlanta. District 3 Commissioner Lee Morris hosts a community feedback session all about the 2018 spending plan. The commissioner invited residents to the Northside Library to have them share their ideas on how they want their tax dollars allocated next year.
I think one of the most important things that citizens need to know about their government is how the money gets spent and what it gets spent on. And this is an effort to try to get the word out about that, and also to get feedback from the citizens, which is equally important, because we really ought to be doing what the citizens want us to be doing.
The 2018 budget is aligned with the county's strategic priority areas. By state law, the budget must be passed by the end of January. Meanwhile, the new District 4 commissioner is also now officially on the job. Commissioner Natalie Hall was sworn into her new role with her family, friends, and new staff by her side.
It is an honor and a pleasure to continue to serve the District 4 constituents in this capacity. It is going to allow me to do a lot more for the people of Fulton County in a capacity that has more authority to really drive home all of the services and programs that people need in their communities, in their homes, in their lives. And I'm just honored and pleased to be here and to serve the people.
Commissioner Hall is no stranger to the District 4 office. She served as Chief of Staff to the late Commissioner Joan P. Garner. The new District 4 commissioner will represent the heart of the city of Atlanta, Midtown, and neighborhoods west of downtown Atlanta to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. continues his series of conversations with residents also about the 18 budget.
We want the residents of Fulton County to know that this is their budget and that we want the budget to reflect the priorities of the residents of Fulton County. And so we're going out seeking the input of the residents as to the priorities that they would like to see in their Fulton County budget.
I'm pleased with it, even though we don't always be able to get everything we want. Our primary concern, first of all, is to make sure that our voices are heard.
The commissioner wrapped up his district dialogue community meetings at the Burdine Recreation Center.
I thought it was a great idea to have them at the senior centers because seniors can sometimes have transportation issues and the rest of the community might not have as many. So that was great, and I thought that the information was well presented. I really liked the way it was tied to the strategic plan. That was a good meeting.
The commissioner hosted 2 other district dialogue community forums about the budget, one at the Wolf Creek Library and the other at the Bowden Senior Center. All residents will be given a chance to express their views about the budget at the commissioners' board meetings in January. And still to come on Fulton Today, county employees give the gift of life this holiday season. Stay with us. The issue of child sex trafficking continues to be a major issue right here in Fulton County. Youth Spark, an organization that works out of the Fulton County Juvenile Court building, is dedicated to getting young people involved with sex trafficking the help they need. Well, the organization recently named a new executive director. Jennifer Swain joins us now to talk to us about her new role. Jennifer, congratulations and welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thank you for having me.
So first things first, let's talk about this new role. Congratulations.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm really excited just to transition as we go into the end of the year and we near the holiday season, and I'm really excited to help get our team together to start 2018 off with a bang.
And as you well know, because we've had you on this program many times before, we have focused on this issue quite a bit. How is this movement going?
Well, I think organizations like Youth Spark, we are always going to be around because just like the trafficking movement, we have to change our practices to meet young people where they are and what they need. I think the movement here in Georgia has definitely taken a shift. We've gone from victim identification and victim recovery to now figuring out what we can do to make sure that this never happens. So I think we're really coming out of a space where we're just talking about it's a problem and we're moving into action, and that means looking at the demand side as well.
And Jennifer, can you even say whether the issue is getting better or worse?
I don't think I can really categorize the issue as it's getting better or worse, but what I can say is that we've learned so much just by working here in partnership with Fulton County Juvenile Court. And we really learned a lot more by working with law enforcement on why we have this problem.
And you've been fixing on the why we are having this problem with important stakeholders?
For the last 15 years, we've really done an amazing job of creating systems to identify kids who may need our help. But we have to begin to flip the switch now and transition to focus all of our action efforts on the men who do this, those who really perpetuate the problem. And so I think we've made tremendous strides, but we definitely just need to keep our head down and keep pushing.
That's right, just keep pushing. Final thoughts.
Well, I just really like to thank everybody at Fulton County. I mean, from the Board of Commissioners to the grant department, the fundraisers, and everybody at FGTV. I think it's so important when you have media partners willing to ensure that you use your platform to help elevate our mission. So thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Thank you for personally supporting Youth Spark over the years as you've done. And I just really look forward to working with you guys more as the new executive director. So thank you so much.
Well, it is our pleasure, Jennifer Swain. We are here to help. Thank you so very much. Now, we'll finish up this conversation in a few weeks with the new executive director, and we'll talk about what's coming up this legislative session, their important partnership with Juvenile Court, and we'll find out what Youth Spark really needs and how you can help. The holiday season often creates a challenge for the region's blood supply, so Fulton employees are rolling up their sleeves to help. With increased holiday travel and vacations for many on tap, the American Red Cross often sees a decrease in the number of blood donations.
I stress the double red cells, but if you have A negative, B negative, O positive, and O negative blood types, we recommend to give double red cells because that goes to trauma victims and cancer patients.
Well, the Red Cross set up shop inside the Fulton County Government Center for its final quarterly blood drive of the year. They asked for donors, and that's exactly what they got.
The holiday season, we can give where we can, and this is one of the things that we can give, so it's important.
Blood and platelet donors must be in good general health and feeling well, be at least 17 years old, and weigh at least 110 pounds. You can donate anytime this holiday season by logging on to redcrossblood.org/donate. Fulton's Board of Health is inviting residents to start the year off right by participating in the Freedom from Smoking program. The American Lung Association says its program has helped hundreds of thousands of smokers to give up tobacco over the last 37 years. The next 8-session class for Fulton County residents starts in January.
Smokers will learn strategies to quit smoking, including setting a quit date, building a quit plan to help to stick to that quit date, and learning how to avoid triggers that would tempt them to smoke.
For information on the smoking cessation classes, you can contact Health Program Administrator Kristen Dixon at her email address, or you can give her a call at 404-612-1688. The Georgia Quit Line is also available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just give them a call at 877-270-STOP. That's 877-270-7867. And still to come on Fulton Today, celebrating the best of the best in the Fulton County workforce. Stay with us. Well, if you've got business to do here at the Fulton County Government Center in downtown Atlanta, then just one trip will certainly get you in the holiday mood. You might think it takes a big team to decorate the Government Center during the holiday season, but it's all done by one Fulton County employee. For the past 7 years, Dee Cooper Dewberry has spent her off time setting up and decorating Christmas trees, as well as stair railings, various hallways, and even doors. Along with bringing her peace and joy, she says she hopes it puts a smile on employees and the constituents. She also explains why she does it all by herself.
I like doing it by myself because I know exactly what I'm doing, and it just brings spirit and joy to me to make everything beautiful.
Known to many as Mrs. Claus this time of year, Dee not only decorates, she also prepares Christmas lunches and dinners for various charitable organizations. And speaking of employees who go above and beyond, Fulton leaders thank members of the workforce for their dedicated service as a part of the 2017 End of Year Service Awards banquet. This year's event was held at the Aviation Community Cultural Center. There was an employee from every department who was given special recognition.
We know that in order to have an engaged workforce that ultimately turns around and provides the highest level of service to our citizens, we ourselves as managers and leaders have to recognize what they do from a day-to-day basis.
Fox 5 reporter Marissa Mitchell served as MC and had as much fun as the employees. Way to go, Dee, and all the Fulton County employees. Well, before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter and, of course, Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and other FGTV programs anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County. Happy holidays, everybody.